These are the best settings for FM24. If you are new to the channel, we are doing a giveaway. So be sure to subscribe to enter the giveaway and let me know in the comments what save you want to do next on FM24. I really want to hear your suggestions. So you've just loaded up your first FM save. As you can see on screen here, we've got a little test save for you guys to see. And we're talking settings today, not about leagues and managers and things like that. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. We will do another tutorial video on that one. But this is about settings today, game settings and also preferences. So if you're in a game and you want to sort out your settings, little FM symbol up here, we go straight to preferences. Now, this can be overwhelming. You have things like the window mode and your screen size. That should all be default for you. In all seriousness, you can add custom skins, you can import skins. That can be another video as well. But for now, we're going quite basic. You are very new to the game. For me, I always turn off match sounds. I don't like them. I don't like match sounds. They just get a bit too much in your ears sometimes. For me, if I want to listen to Spotify or other music things on my or YouTube videos on the side, I'd rather that than hearing the referee's whistle every 10 seconds. Currency obviously depends what nation you are. I think it defaults to where your Steam is, but for me, obviously, I go pound sterling there. And wages, I think different countries do different things, but I obviously live in England, so I've gone for weekly wages. That's what you hear in the media. If you want to do yearly or monthly, feel free to, but for me, the best thing is always weekly wages. Graphics quality, that depends on your PC, so you can just go recommended for this PC, but for me, I go high. My PC is good enough that I can manage high. I don't want to go very high and it'd be a little bit laggy. And now 60 FPS on this, so it's fine, even though frame rate isn't too important for a game like this, where it's not too graphically heavy. I've gone high though, a nice balance. But be sure, if you want, to go recommend it for your PC, just so you know you've got the best possible outcome here. In terms of autosave, don't be that guy that during a power cut, you lose your save. I autosave every week because I don't want to lose progress. If I have a 2-game week in a Champions League semi-final and a title decider, and I win both of them, and then the game crashes and I lose it, I'll be furious. Every week, it takes about 30 seconds to save the game. For what it's worth, go every week for your autosave. You can do fortnight, don't do every day, obviously that takes a year. You can do a month, it depends how risky you want to be. But for me, I go every week because I've been burnt before, and I don't want to be burnt again. If you scroll further down here, we have got formats. You can change things like temperature, which isn't the most important, but things like feet, centimeters, and meters for player height. Weight, you've got kilograms, pounds, and stone. Things like that are probably the most important. We have got yards and meters for goals and things like that. All those ones, and the odds, if you care about player odds and things like that, all there. That's down to your nationality. That's down to what you want to do, but they're all there, every single option there, for you to change to your heart's content. In terms of match and 3D, I've obviously got graphic quality on high. Automatic frame rate, you can force your computer to be a certain frame rate. For me, let the game be the game. I go automatic there. Render scale, always kept on 25%. And because of my graphics quality, everything else is pretty much on high. My PC is decent, so if you want to copy these settings, feel free to. But I would say, probably, if you're unexperienced in it, just go recommend it for your PC. My PC's got 5-star graphic capability, so that's why I've got high and everything. Anti-aliasing, don't care too much. I've gone for medium, then that's what it was in default. So you're in your first game, and you're thinking, this is a little bit too slow or a little bit too fast. This is where you can change the highlights speed. So my highlight mode is extended on lesser games. Say I'm a Premier League team and I'm playing a League 2 side in the FA Cup, and I go 1-0 up in the first minute, I go key highlights or only comms. But for big games, in games you want to see tactics, you want to see how your team is truly performing, extended highlights is the perfect one for you, just because it shows you a good mixture of chances that are good chances and just general passages of play where you can see how your team performs as an overall scale. If you're only going key highlights, you only see the important things. You'll see big chances, you'll see goals conceded. So only the really good stuff or the really bad stuff. And for me, I want to see how my team performs over a grand scale of it without sitting here for an hour per game. So extended highlights is pretty much perfect. Gives you a chance to make those changes. Gives you a chance to see who truly is performing, because you can go off ratings. You can go off player ratings and be like, right, this guy's a 6.4. But if in every extended highlight he's playing well, it's down to you. Whereas key highlights, you only see the main things. For me, bigger games always go extended. For smaller games, no reason why you can't go key. And to be honest, I've done it so many times on my stream, on my YouTube videos. I've got a series down below, go check it out. If I'm winning 4-0, I I don't care anymore. I'm going only comms, skipping to the end and getting that win and going straight into the next game. That's what I tend to do. For me, direct to camera angle is my favourite. People are old school and will go 2D classic. That's more than fine for me. I grew up with FM having a 3D engine. So for me, director, if it's a penalty, it'll go to the penalty angle with the goal and the player. If it's side on during the game, it might change for a corner. You get it like a TV game. Different camera angles, not just a cam one wide, constantly going left and right. You get a bit of variety in it. You get some good angles for some goals, some good chances there as well. I like director, but you can go sideline if you want to be constantly across. You want to see shape, things like that. You can go data analysis, which is a little bit higher as well. I tend to go behind goal when there is a penalty shootout. Penalty shootouts, always good behind goal. You've got the goal there, like I say, the camera's here, players there. You can just see the penalties go in or go wide in my case, to be honest with you. But I'll always stick director. Match speed during highlights. Now for me, I will always go one above the middle ground. Always one above the middle ground. For me, the middle ground, the default average, seems just a little bit too walking pace. The fast one gives a bit more pace. Passes, shots seem a little bit quicker, bit more engaging to watch if you care about that. So for me, I will always go one above halfway just to make it a bit more entertaining for me. Match speed during text-only highlights, I'll ramp that up all the way to the end because for me, I don't care about text highlights. If I'm on extended highlight mode, anything that's worth seeing, I will see with my eyes in the highlight. Text only is a little bar that comes across the bottom during your simming. I don't care about reading it. I may see things flash up, but I don't really care, so I go on very fast. Now, match speed between highlights, for me, like I say, if I'm not seeing it, I don't really care. I go very fast. Get it out of the way. I want to see the next highlight. I want to see me concede the 5th goal of the game. That's what I want to see, rightly or wrongly. So those are the in-game stuff here that I'll confirm there for you guys to show. The next one, once it all loads up. Remember, guys, if you haven't made it this far through the video, I'm sure you guys need to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 3K subs at the moment. Very close, 2.7K at the moment. And like I say, we are doing a giveaway. So, on to the in-game or sort of control settings. You'll see what I mean when you see them. Right, so you load up a game. You get an inbox. You get so many inboxes of stuff. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? What am I going to do? Simple solution. Make your staff do it. If you are a new player, by all means, utilize your staff. On the left-hand side of the screen here, you can see there's a staff tab. Press that. Go on to responsibilities and go on to overview. This is all the stuff you're about to change, but you go through bits and bobs, and a lot of it isn't too important. If I go on to staff, I will always handle my own team selection. Depending on what save you want to do, you can delegate to somebody else if you want to be more director of football save. But for me, I will always have that as myself. Now, hiring and firing backroom staff. If you are very new to this, I would say that's the background of what you care about. Press delegate. Just delegate it to whoever is there. Most likely it'll be the best option for you. If you care about who you bring in with staff and you're knowledgeable about it, by all means keep it in. Stuff like under 21s and under 18 staff, if you don't care, delegate. There is no harm in delegating as much stuff as you can to the computer. The computer is not terrible. It just may not be as good as you in every situation. For situations like this, I don't really care who my under 18s medical staff are. Let the computer do it for me. They'll keep it up to date and they'll keep it fresh. In terms of contracts, this is where you could take control. So then when they're out of contract, you can be like, right, I want to keep them, right, I don't want to keep them. But also by the time contracts come along, you're more experienced by playing, by watching this channel and my tutorials, and you will know whether to keep them or not. But if you want to start off straight away, delegate them. Delegate them all for staff responsibilities if you are a newbie. It's too much to worry about. Enjoy the game, enjoy the tactics. In terms of scouting, now I keep with this because I can research my own players and look at my own players anyway. If I want to scout Messi here, I can just go on to reports and scout the player. I haven't got to worry about it. Manually, you can still do your own thing, but in the background, they're constantly working for you. So I will keep it on delegate because I know who I want in my head, but the computer's adding additional information to me. Transfers and contracts. I will always keep finalising players as myself. I don't want my director of football or backroom staff to buy and sell players. The worst thing is putting on delegate and they sell your best player for peanuts and you are sat there demoralised and never wanting to play the game again. For For signings, I will always keep it as myself. You can, for young players, delegate initiating players. That means they approach them for you and you can go into the business and sign them if you want to. That's an easy way to get young players through the door. But for main players, the fun of FM is transfers. You want to keep them for yourself. Don't delegate transfers and contracts as well for your main players. Keep them. You'll learn how to do that. You'll learn how to do that over time. This is the main one that I delegate. Media. For me, what a waste of time. I don't care about press conferences. I just spam the same button. I do not care. New signings, delegate, 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 delegate. Waste of time. There's no benefit to it. There's no negative really to it. Your assistant manager, unless he's an idiot, will say a couple of bad things, but normally he's all right. I just delegate. It wastes too much time for me. I'm not playing FM to be a media guy. I'm playing FM to manage. Now, training is where people have controversy. But I'm going to be completely honest. As a casual player, if you're a casual player, you don't care. Okay? You don't care about doing training drills and what day-to-day things happen. Just trust the computer. The computer can do it itself. Okay? There are a couple of days where it'll get it wrong, but on the grand scheme of things, you don't care. As you slowly learn the game, you will then delegate it back to yourself. But as a starting point, general training, delegate. I've never sat here going, God, I wish on that Tuesday I could have done some finishing training or whatever. You learn it over time. You learn what you need to know, and over time you bring the control back to you rather than being overwhelmed with everything, and you end up being completely mind blown. Okay? That's what you want to do. So I delegate general training. Individual training, which I could do a video tutorial on training if you guys want to see that actually. We'll do that. But maybe delegate that as well if you don't want too much control to start with. In terms of tactics, now, you are the main guy. Do not delegate your tactics. The only thing I could say is opposition instructions. Feel free to delegate that because there are little tweaks here and there that if you have a good assistant manager, he can do it for you. But in terms of tactics, always create your own. Always do your own. If you want to look online at other FM content creators or other players' tactics, by all means do that. But have the fun, create the tactics, do what you want to do. It's your save, it's your life, it's your fun at the end of the day. In terms of matches now, touchline shouts and team talks, always you. You're the manager. Remember that. Friendly matches. For me, on the final few friendly matches of the season, of pre-season, and then second season, unless I'm making a massive tactical change, I will delegate. I don't care too much about friendlies. The first couple to see how my tactic's doing, I will have it as myself. But after that, after I know how my team's playing, I'm not too fussed. That's because I'm impatient. If you want to see your team play every pre-season game, do not delegate. Take control of those pre-season friendlies. And also, allow your backroom staff to do friendlies for you in terms of organising them. You're not an admin person, are you? You're a manager. Let them organise it for you. Under 21s, everything else, you're not in charge of under 21s and under 18s. Leave that as it is. In terms of match days, the only thing I would change here is probably the friendlies. Set pieces. Now, depends how much you care. Depends how much you care. If you care about set pieces, if you have a James Ward-Prowse, by all means, take control of your set pieces. If you're not too fast and everyone's quite mid at set pieces, delegate. Like I say, this game allows you to be in control of however much you want. So take that into consideration. The computer is not an idiot. The computer will help you out. It won't throw you under the bus every time. It sometimes might. But I would delegate a lot of these things to start with. And over time, learn how to do it yourself. You don't want to be thrown in the deep end. Have everything under control. And you'll get emails left, right and centre about how bad something is. And you end up losing. And when you lose, you don't have as much fun. The best way to do it is delegate. Take control of individual things over time, until you are the complete football manager. And with the help of this channel, that you are now subscribed to, by the way, you can become a good FM player. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I say, if you are new around here, subscribe to the channel. Leave a like and comment what save you are doing on FM24, as there's no FM25 this year. Hope you guys enjoyed. On that note, see you later.